Hey everyone, how's it going? It is Chris here again, and today we are going to take a little trip through Canada, and some of these whiskeys that we have to offer here, and everything that I've got here, in my opinion, is actually really good. And if you can get your hands on some of them, definitely try them out. You won't be disappointed for sure. And we will be going through each and every one of them in greater detail, but I thought I'd just kind of drive you through Canada. Um, I've been really lucky in my life to see pretty much every square inch of this unbelievably amazing, beautiful country that I call home. Um, I was a pilot for 20 years, and I got to fly from coast to coast and north to south, and got to meet. I've been to every single province and have met some incredible, amazing people. And I'm sure my father, who is a pilot as well, can say exactly the same thing. Canada has so much incredible beauty to offer here. It's a truly amazing country, and I'm very proud Canadian. But anyway, let us start here. Well, let's start with we'll go east to west, kind of like how Terry Fox did. If you don't know the story of Terry Fox, check it out. He is an amazing Canadian. He had cancer, he lost his leg, and he ran a marathon every day on one leg with an artificial leg to raise money for cancer. Made it as far as Thunder Bay, and which is almost halfway through Canada, not quite. Manitoba is about halfway through, so Winnipeg, where I'm from. And then he had to give it up, and he passed away, unfortunately. But his legacy has carried on, and the Terry Fox Foundation has raised hundreds of millions of dollars because of what this incredible, amazing, brave person started, and never gave up until cancer finally got him. So check Terry Fox out. Like, if you haven't heard about this guy, he is so incredibly inspirational. So check him out. But so let's start off with where Terry started his run, and let's go west. So to start off with, we will start with this. Where is he here? This Glynnevan. It's double-barreled Canadian rye whiskey. Here it is, right here. Anyway, will this focus for us? Let's see. There we go. Better. All right, good. And this is from Nova Scotia. Beautiful province out in Nova Scotia. If you haven't had a chance to get out there, definitely check it out. Some of the nicest people ever, and it's just a stunning province. Right on the water. It's got these cool old maritime-looking houses, and the people there. Anybody on the East Coast is just. You meet an East Coast person as a friend, you've made a friend for life. Although if you meet one and make an enemy of one, you've made an enemy for life. But wonderful, amazing people out there. This one here is Signal Hill. I think Dan Aykroyd had something to do with this guy here. This is a really nice whiskey here, and you can see here it has the Valknut on it. So kind of tracing its Viking origins. It's from a province in Canada called Newfoundland, and apparently that's where the Vikings landed when they came to Canada. So a lot of Viking stuff they've been finding there, Viking tradition in Newfoundland, Newfoundland is beautiful. I absolutely loved it out there. Absolutely stunning, beautiful province. Really nice people. Like when 9/11 hit, all those airplanes that came in, I mean, every airport in Canada took these planes in, but Newfoundland was one of these really pretty famous airport that brought them in there in Gander, and I remember there was a story. I was flying actually on 9/11. I'll tell that story on another day, but this airplane landed, and all the Newfoundlanders they took in everybody from around the world. You know, a lot of Americans were there, Brits, everybody that came in on these airplanes. And there was one man who stayed with his family, and in Newfoundland, and they had little kids, and they came from a really kind of a poor school. You know, it didn't have a whole lot. But they were so proud they got a computer. You know, they got their very first computer, and they wanted to show their guest that they gave up their bed, and gave them all the good food. They wanted to show them this computer, so they brought him to the school, and they were so proud of this computer. And the teachers were there, and the principals, and the kids, because this is brand spanking new to these kids and the school. And it was this old antiquated computer that could barely work, but they got a computer. And then planes were able to leave, and away they went. And about a month and a half later, this man came back to thank them. And that man was Michael Dell. And he showed up with truckloads, like trailer truckloads, full of computers for every single child in that school. And they have a lifetime of free updates. And because of the generosity these Canadians, these Newfoundlanders, showed to a billionaire, and they had no idea who Michael Dell was. So little kind of a neat little story there behind what the people of Newfoundland are truly about and like. All right, the next one here we've got that I have anyway. I mean, I'm not showing you every whiskey that we have in Canada, just the stuff that I've got. But this one here is Swear Jar, and don't really know a whole lot about this. This was out of Quebec, and I just kind of like the bottle, you know, and it's kind of cool, and it's got like this big lid, so you can make kind of like you put your change in there if you swear. So I thought it was just kind of a neat looking bottle. That's kind of the reason why I bought that one. The next one we've got here is whiskey called 56 Sap, or Sap 56, and it comes in a box like this, and it's really a mapley kind of a whiskey. It was brand new, I think, about a year ago to our liquor commission, and I thought, why not? I'll try it, and it's yeah, you can see I've shared it a few times here, but it's yeah, it's really good. It's definitely a maple whiskey for sure, but it's interesting, you know. It comes right from our Canadian maple trees. So yeah, another good Canadian whiskey here, and apparently it's won a few awards too, so that's kind of cool. All right, so that's kind of all the stuff that I've got from the East Coast and Quebec, and we're moving into Ontario. I used to fly out. I flew out of Ontario, quite a few different places in Ontario. My favorite company I flew for was a company called Bearskin Airlines, which is located in Sioux Lookout, Ontario. But I did fly for Air Canada out of Toronto. So these are some of my absolute favorite whiskeys for sure. From Dr. Don Livermore. I'll show you these guys here, what I've got. so far. Just hang on. I just got to run over to the cellar and grab these guys here. Yeah, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back here. So this is some of the stuff Dr. Don Livermore has produced. This is out of Windsor, Ontario. I used to fly in and out of Windsor quite a bit. Stayed the night. I used to overnight there quite a bit when I was with Air Canada Jazz when I flew the Dash 8 for them. Really cool city, really cool towns, right across the river from Detroit, and have got really good shawarma there. I just love it. And I think it was called the Shawarma Palace, I think it was. But anyway, they all knew me there because whenever we were overnight, I'd go over there and get my shawarma. And like, oh, Chris, 2 shawarmas. And I'm like, yeah. So I'd get one to eat there, and then I'd take one to the hotel, and that would be my breakfast in the morning was a shawarma. So it was really good, and lots of fun there. I always had a great time in Windsor. But start with this one here. I got these ones here at our Whiskey Fest. Oh, Whiskey Fest. It was the online one that we had in 2020. And it was kind of really my first real introduction to Wisers. You used to have it to mix the stuff that I would drink. But then I thought, you know what, we're doing it properly and we're drinking it straight. And boy, I tell you, it was really, really good. And even just Wisers Deluxe, just a simple Wisers Deluxe it is an excellent sipping whiskey. I mean, you can certainly mix it, but I don't, because you kind of ruin the flavor of it. It is really, really, really nice. And it's not expensive at all. And a lot of Canadians here, they're like, oh, that's just a throwaway one. It's kind of like they think of Crown Royal, but this is really, really, really nice. And Crown Royal has been coming out with some really great stuff too, right out of Manitoba, where I'm from. So there's the Crown Royal Deluxe, and this one was another one in this little box that I got back in 2020 for our Whiskey Fest there, the online one. So these ones were in my little tasting box. And then we had the 15-year-old, but drank through that. That was really, really good. And it also came with this guy here, the Wheatfield Gold. This celebrates our 150th anniversary in Manitoba. This is my second or third bottle, and I believe they made 5,000 or 2,500 or 2,800. I don't know, not a whole lot of bottles were made. So when they're gone, they're gone. But this is really, really, really nice. So I always have these in my cellar. So I might have to pick up a couple more. I think this is the only one I've got, because I go through it pretty quickly. So I might have to go get another one or two more just to have just in case. You never want to be caught without a Wheatfield Gold in your cellar. It is amazing, and we'll go through, like I said, the tasting notes on them when we actually get into it. This is a new one here to them, or at least new to us in Manitoba. This is the J.P. Wiser's 10-year-old triple barrel. So I'm really looking forward to trying this one out. And lucky me, this was on sale last month when I picked it up. Our Manitoba Liquor Commissions, they usually have a lot of really good deals every month. So you always kind of look to see what they've got on sale, and then for magically your cellar kind of gets a little bigger every month because of these really great deals. Good people at our Manitoba Liquor Commission puts on for us. This one here is the 7 Rebels by Wisers. And they're, like I said, they're right out of Windsor, Ontario. And this one was made especially just for the BC people out in Vancouver or British Columbia here. And fortunately, my little brother, who, you got to check his thing out. He's Culinary Curt. He's the coolest kid. God, I could tell you a million Curt stories. Yeah, it's a little Curty. But he sells cars out in Vernon, BC. And I will put the link of where he works down below. So if you're out there and you want to buy a vehicle, go talk to Curt. He'll give you a good deal, and tell him I sent you. But he also has a cooking channel, and the kid is amazing. But he's a big boy. He's big. He's got kind of bald with a goatee. Kind of talks like this. Like, hey, how's it going? It's Curt here.
we're making some cookies here, we're drinking a little bit of rye, in case the boys come over,
And he's like that. That's kind of exactly what this little turd sounds like. Um, One of my absolute best friends. I love my brother to death. Um, uh, there's going to be a lot of Curt stories, I think, on this channel. But check him out, Culinary Curt. And if you're at Walkins, I think it's Walkins Motors. I'll put the link down below where he's at. But check him out. But my mom and dad went out for a visit to see him out in Vernon, BC. And my mom and dad are awesome, and they brought me back a bottle of Seven Rebels. So thanks, mom and dad. And the next bottle here that we have, kind of the same kind of bottle shape, is the Wiser's 22-year-old. And this has been gone for about a year now. You haven't been able to find it, year and a half. And lucky me, I had a really nice person that I know at the MLCC, and they said, we are down to our last bottle of 22-year-old Wiser's cask strength. Would you like us to put it on hold for use? And I'm like, yes, please. I would love that. And I've had this one before, and it is unbelievably amazing. It is so good. It's a port cask whiskey, so it is absolutely fantastic. The next one here that I've got from, Dr. Don again, Dr. Don Livermore. Super cool guy, and he's a real doctor, He made this one here, and I actually could not get this out in Manitoba, unfortunately. A lot of these things we can't get out in Manitoba, with Wisers. They're very specific just to basically Ontario. But we have an unbelievably amazing whiskey group here in Canada that I belong to. And I belong to some of the ones in the States too. People in the whiskey community, cigar community, any of these little niche communities that we kind of belong to, whether you're into fountain pens or fish, aquariums, or whatever, Beanie Babies, whatever. If you belong to a little group of people, like-minded individuals, you're going to meet some of the greatest people ever that are just looking to help. And in case in point, I made a trade for a bottle of Wheatfield Gold for this red letter. Can't get it here, and it is amazing. He sent me I've had a sample of this at one time, and I really wanted the bottle, and I was talking to this really great guy out there, and he said, yeah, let's do a trade. Yeah, thank you so much. So that's been sitting in my cellar for a while, and it just looks really great in there. But I'm sure I'll probably end up getting into it sometime, but it's I'd like to get another one to replace it before I open that one, because it's so good. Like, it is so good. But we'll see what happens here. Let's see here. What else have we got from Dr. Don? Quite a few, actually. I've got to run back to the cellar. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a few more bottles, and I'll show you what Dr. Don's been up to. Okay, right back. All right, back fresh from the cellar. Here we've got. Let's start with a different one here. Here we go. All right, so this is another one from Dr. Don Livermore, and these guys are. He's got stuff kind of all over Ontario that he works with. This one here is from Corbyville, Ontario, and this is the Pike Creek. And this has got the rum cask. This is my second bottle of this. Really nice. Really great whiskey. Sat in rum casks, 10 years old. Amazing. Lots of really great, like caramel, burnt brown sugar, kind of flavors like that you kind of bring right out of the rum as well. A little sweeter, but really nice. Really nice, nice whiskey on that one. Let's see, what's the next one? Oh, all right. This one here, this, yeah, I think this one here came, I believe, I can't remember now. Okay, this one here, this is a 22-year-old from Pikes Creek. This one here, we got this at a spirit release I would say 2 years ago, 2021, came out with our spirit release. I was lucky enough to be able to get 2 of these guys, so this is the last one I've got. The other one went about 2 months ago, I guess, is the last of that one. But this is really nice. But it's a 22-year-old, really nice, really nice whiskey, and you can see it's finished in PX sherry casks. So really great whiskey. And what Dr. Don comes up with is amazing. And I know he's got some more stuff coming out that I don't think Manitoba will ever get it. So Dr. Don, get it here to Winnipeg, Manitoba. We've got crazy people here that love your stuff and will buy it out, and it'll just disappear. This one here, my little brother, little Toddy, he is in, he was transferred out to Ontario. He's with the police. So with the RCMP, our Royal Canadian Mounted Police. So he's out there doing some pretty cool stuff with these guys, and a lot of cyber stuff. But anyway, he was nice enough to grab me this guy here. This is a 21-year-old, just kind of for just because he's my little brother. So I appreciate that, little Toddy. Yeah, this one's a really nice one. I haven't tried this one yet because I'm waiting for Todd to show up, and that's when I'll crack this one. Has to be a good occasion for something like this, and spending time with your brother, I think, is a perfect occasion. The next one here we've got, this one is out of Windsor, Ontario. So we're back to Windsor, where the Wiser stuff is from. Let's go with this guy, and once again, Dr. Don creation. This is the Lot 40 100% rye. Really cool looking bottle, but the stuff inside is unbelievable. If you haven't had a chance to try anything from Lot 40, do yourself a favor and get a bottle. Just like a bottle of anything from Lot 40, you'll love it. This is the next one here. This is really good. I think I've gone through I think this is my 3rd bottle actually of the Dark Oak actually. Really nice. This I think came out pre-spirit release, and everybody went crazy and everyone was buying it, and then I guess because it was so popular, it now has become a regular shelved item here at the Manitoba Liquor Commission. So really happy about that, because this is really nice. I wish this one was, but this one was very limited, and came out for spirit release. I believe this was 2021. And this is a Lot 40, and this is the Peated whiskey, and it's also a cask strength. So really nice. I've had samples of this from friends of mine that have it. I was only able to get 1 bottle because this sold out almost immediately, and but that was really nice. So looking forward to trying that one again at some point. Try this one here. This one my brother got me, Todd, out in Alberta. I mean, out in BC there, BC, Ontario. We go fishing every year, up to a place called Reed Lake, and my dad's been going up there for forever with his friends, and then it kind of transferred to his sons. So now his grandson is going up as well. So it's kind of a boys' trip with my dad, my brothers, my brother-in-law, some really close friends, and my nephew. So we look forward to it absolutely every year, and we bring some really cool stuff up to give away as like gifts to, we come up with weird and funny things, and but my brother this year, Toddy, he brought this up. We can't get this here in Manitoba. I don't think you can get it anywhere besides Ontario, but it's Jaan, and it is really, really nice. Really kind of a cinnamony, spicy kind of rye, but really, really light and super easy to drink. But I got everybody that was up there from our Reed Lake 2022 trip to sign it for me. There's a little Curt's signature there, and Toddy, and my brother-in-law Guy, my nephew Justin, my dad, man I named my only son after, Ray, and so and then Andy, the funny talker. He's a good, very close friend. He's like we treat him like our family. He's our other brother. He's the other son that we wish we never had. Now, Andrew is an awesome guy, truly an amazing guy. Super kind, and he's from England, so we call him Funny Talker. But he looks forward to this trip just as much as we do, and he's one of our really close friend. And like I said, he's kind of an adopted member of our family. He's such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful human being. Let's see, what else have I got? I should probably go through all the stuff Dr. Don has done and then go into something else. Don didn't do this Jaan here. This is from a different guy. And I've got Spicebox here too. I might as well just show that one here to you real quick. This comes out every year at Christmas time at the MLCC here in Winnipeg. I've never tried it. It was I was told it's supposed to be pretty good, and they come out in little bottles like this. So I thought, well, I'll give that one a shot. Why the heck not? So someday I'm going to definitely try it, and I'll definitely try that with you. But the Jaan here, it comes from Toronto, and the Spicebox, that comes out of Windsor, Ontario as well. So I'd be really surprised if Dr. Don didn't have something to do with that one, but not 100% sure on that one. So yeah, just hang on. I've got to run back to the cellar again and grab a few more bottles that Don's worked on. I'll be right back.